Hey, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Very excited to be here. This episode today is all about you, the members of the Transportation and Logistics Clubhouse. If I'm going to go ahead and kick us off, but we've been here before. We love for you guys to be able to come on stage, share the things that you're involved with. That way, people who do not know you already, they might be made aware. They might want to do business, or if you're in a spot where you're planning, where it's something very new, someone might be able to give you some tips and tricks, or maybe you might be that one providing the value tonight. But yeah, we love to do this episode here on the Transportation and Logistics Clubhouse, just because it's about building that community, fostering relationships, and we basically make up this community, so we might as well make it as strong as possible. So I'll go ahead and get it started. So go ahead and please raise your hands. My name is Jorie Myers. I am based out of Atlanta, Georgia. I am a Georgia State University graduate. I love Georgia State. I'm always going to be the one rooting and supporting. I don't know if you guys know, but it is Black History, so I might as well throw this tidbit out there. Georgia State University graduates more Black people than any other institution in the nation. So if you're ever interested, if your kids are interested, it is definitely a great institution. I created the Transportation and Logistics Clubhouse back in November of 2020. And for the first, I want to say at least month and a half, it was just myself and my wife. It was nobody on this bad boy. So now we are up at about 22,000 members, which is wild. Just very appreciative for the growth. And these days, I am the owner of Atlanta Dispatch LLC and Humblebee Enterprises LLC. Atlanta Dispatch, we specialize in getting freight, especially for reefer units and reefer box trucks. So folks, if you have those, holla at me. I have those relationships. We're going to get you the high-paying freight. So yeah, that is a little bit about me. I do have a couple people who have raised their hands, and we would love to hear from everybody tonight. So please come on, raise your hands and come on stage and introduce yourself, because that is what this is all about. Hey, we do have our first person to join, Ms Hawkins. How are you doing today?
Hey, Jorie. I didn't mean to be the first one. I was just
No. I think it's a blessing. I think it was meant to be. How you feeling tonight?
I'm doing good. Thanks for allowing me to come on stage and your platform and such. And on behalf of Agate scholars everywhere, congratulations.
Hey, hey, thanks. I don't know if you guys... Yeah, thank you. I don't know if you guys know, but what she's talking about is Shaq. We have Shaq Teasley. She is a person that's definitely been on the Transportation and Logistics Clubhouse. She is an expert in global logistics, international trade. I think I said that correctly. And she has a course that I happen to be a part of, and I graduated yesterday. So I've been on this bad boy. I'm trying to get stronger and better. So I appreciate that love. Look, Ms Hawkins, can you please introduce yourself and let the folks know what you got going on?
Sure. So my name's Lotta Love Hawkins. I am an insurance agency owner out of the Dallas, Texas area. So we own our agency. It's a commercial transportation agency. So that's all we work with. Other, transportation risks, from the freight broker to the truck drivers, the owners, of course, and just anybody who needs some commercial coverage in regards to transportation. I also have like a second business. I think a lot of us, as we're growing and getting, getting our feet in this game, we may have some other things that we've done. And so my second business is actually marketing. That's kind of my background before I ever got into trucking and other things. So I do digital marketing, especially for trucking entrepreneurs. So if you're trying to get out there, create an online presence, I can help you with that.
Okay, so when you say, create an online presence, are you saying that you are the one to contact when someone wants to do something on LinkedIn or Instagram or, their own website? Which one?
All of the above.
Okay, yeah, or all of them.
Marketing mix. So just depending on your objectives is kind of, the recommendations, and I help you get things set up.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, great. And for the first company that you mentioned, how would they be able to reach out to you, and what are all those services that you would be able to offer?
Sure. So in my bio, it's LRMC Trucking. Stands for Lovejoy Risk Management Corp. Because we're a little more than just insurance agents. We're actually risk managers. And so we really focus on getting, your operations in order, and then matching the insurance and the requirements and such from there. So LRMC Trucking, it's in my bio. We have 9 key states, but we do have partners across the nation. So, we can just even sit down for...
Okay.
Sorry, got that phone.
Okay, I was like, was that me? Okay. Well, yeah.
I hope you heard the last part, but everything's in the bio, both websites, and just, you could always reach out to me in the back channel.
Okay, that sounds great to me. I appreciate that. We did have somebody else on stage, but they seem to have disappeared. So everyone, please feel free to raise your hands. This is that time when you come on stage and promote what you got going on. I do know that there are a lot of people. Actually, I was just told that I need to back up from my microphone. It might be a little loud. So yeah, I do know that there are a lot of heavy hitters in this audience, and I'm always happy to put people on. So hey, what's up, brother? How you feeling today? Hey, Deezy, it sounds like you just made it to the stage. How you feeling today, brother?
Oh man, what's going on, brother? Good to talk to you. I mean, I've been super busy, but hey, whenever I get a chance, I have to hook up a little bride, And
hey, what's up, man? Oh, definitely, man. Thanks for raising your hand. I want you to introduce yourself, but it seems as though, you might be familiar to the folks that are in the audience already. But I'd love for you to, explain what you got going on for those who have not yet met you, brother.
Oh, I'm Deezy. I'm one of the founding members of the Breakfast Club, which started on the transportation and logistics platform. So we are forever connected, always in sync from that perspective. I host the Trucking and Breakfast Club Monday and Friday in the morning at 9 a.m. We usually do a power hour, but sometimes it goes over. I also am a fleet owner, and I consult and I mentor. One of the things I wanted to highlight today was that we have a truckers travel club that Wanda, she's not here today, but Wanda is doing it. Basically, we're going to Dubai in October. So that's for anybody. It's a great price. I think it's right at $1,800, between $1,800 and $2,000. That's your flight, all-inclusive hotel, food, everything. And so if you have never been to Dubai, which Jorie, I know you have, so have I. It'll be an outstanding opportunity for people, to see that and just, have some camaraderie and, time with other truckers. So Lotta, I know you probably got that link. If Jorie don't mind, you might want to pin it up. But that's definitely something good for people to, take advantage of. That's something of interest to them. I'll put it up as, I'll try to get it out as well. And I've had a couple people back channel me, so I'll get it out. But that's what I got going on, and that's where I'm at with it.
Okay, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I do want to talk a little bit more about the Dubai opportunity. You said that is the flight and the hotel, like the accommodations out there?
Yeah, it's flight. The flight is out of Chicago. She got it for she's a travel agent. For those of you who don't know Wanda, she's one of the board directors for She Trucking. I know you know her, Jorie, and I know a lot of those. But just for everybody, just trying to get a feel of who's organizing that. That's who Wanda is. She's a travel agent also, and she's got a truckers travel club on Facebook as well. So she's always going on excursions. Again, it's her 50th birthday around that time. So yeah, I've been making my payments, and I'm looking forward to going. I haven't been to Dubai in 10 years, so it'll be interesting. Food, hotel, all inclusive. It's all inclusive event.
Okay, bet. Yeah, man. It has been a while since my Dubai days, but as you know, people that used to go out to Afghanistan, it's a lot of fun once you get out there. It might be a little pricey, but once you're there, you can definitely find, some fun to do. So yeah, I appreciate you coming up to share that, brother. I did want to also ask you, as a fleet owner and, somebody that, has even been look, actually, I ain't trying to put your business out there, but I know you're a fleet owner, and I know that you know the steps of allowing people to lease on to your company. What, if I could just ask you one question, like, what's the first thing that you feel like you have to consider when you're allowing somebody to lease on to your company? What's the first thing that you, as the business owner, as the motor carrier, has to think about when, considering allowing somebody to lease on?
Well, it's funny. I had this conversation today. Henry and I have been getting, people interested in driving for us, because I'm driving now because I'm short on drivers. So when somebody's leasing on, I got to know them. You could come drive. You could come do some things with me. It's really I really got to know you, because we go from dating to a whole marriage, in which we're in this thing together. Your actions have a direct impact on my actions, more so than a driver. So we got to really go, deep dive, to make sure our expectations are the same. They got to really be introduced to the culture of my country, which is, safety first, compliance, making sure that we're going to keep that CSA score in high regard. I got to look at their trucks and equipment and, just make sure that their expectations and mine are in sync. If that answers your question, did it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, really, man, you just providing value at this point. I know there's a lot of people that have been listening into the Transportation and Logistics Clubhouse lately, and they've been asking those type of questions. So I think that is important for people to know that it's not just a regular, employee or subcontractor, independent contractor environment. No, it's a full-blown marriage at that point, because, those things are directly connected. I mean, even all the way down to, understanding if you want somebody to be on your insurance, like if they're able to actually file a claim on your insurance, or, so those are just very important things. So I'm happy that you were able to touch on that. So thank you, brother. And if you could, send me over that message, the link to the thing. I'm more than happy with putting it in my link tree so that people can click on it, assess it right now, if possible. So if you have it readily available, definitely feel free to just shoot me a message.
Gotcha. Definitely. I'm driving, so I'll try to manipulate that at some point during this. One thing also, Jorie, without overlooking myself, I think it's something better for a person to, Henry and I are talking about possibly, leasing out some of our vehicles for purchase. But at the end point, it's better to go with United's Global, Tank, because he has a bigger opportunity, a lot more freight opportunities, discounts, a whole lot of things in that regard. But it's just, I'm doing it short term. I don't want to have, it looks good on my behalf for a footprint to say, hey, I've got a fleet of 5 to 7 or whatever the number may be. It does look better in landing a contract and making power moves in that regard. But I want to know I got to really know what your end goal is so that, we can sync that. And at some point you should have, a Jubilee Day in which you get free. So I just wanted to add that piece and point to it as well.
Oh, no, I definitely understand that, brother. And thank you for adding that. Tank Johnson is definitely a friend to the stage. That brother has been working hard to, leverage his platform as a former NFL player and, a partner with UPS to extend those benefits to other minorities. So with that being said, do you mind expounding on why you feel as though that's, can you give a little bit more of the game behind why that's a good thing for other folks to take advantage of?
Oh, definitely. When you start to say you want to haul for Walmart or UPS, a lot of times they have like a certain amount of equipment capacity that you got to have to sign on with them. A lot of times, Tank's already made inroads. I know with Target, UPS, like a lot of places that I couldn't per se go in on my own, but because he has a larger footprint with a whole like coalition of people. What is that? What we call it? A whole coalition of people.
Consortium is the word.
Consortium is the word. Yeah, I was right in the.
Yeah, you definitely were.
Yeah. So yeah, with the consortium, it's a larger footprint, and that gives you opportunities to tap into, top 5 carriers, top 5 freight that you wouldn't be able to do on your own, and it does give you, huge discounts from a fleet perspective, that you are not able to get on your own as well. So sometimes tapping into something larger than yourself opens a lot of more opportunities to you. So why reinvent the wheel is why I recommend it.
Okay. All right. And you, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that from a fleet owner and somebody that has been in the game for some time, definitely understands the business side of things, and, recognizes that this is a relationship game. So if you can leverage somebody else's situation that already, has that connection, why not? Why not? So I appreciate you sharing all of that, brother. I'm in the process right now of adding that link that we were just talking about to my link tree. And what would you like to entitle it? Truckers Take Dubai 2022. That sounds like a good title if I ever saw one.
It sounds good to me. I think that's how she labeled it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how she labeled it. It popped up automatically. So, that's great. I did get an opportunity to meet her at the She Trucking Expo back in, September of 2021. It seems like, man, time is just ticking, but it was definitely a pleasure being able to meet her, and I think that was also her niece. She might have had one other family member with her, but yeah, definitely was happy to be able to support her. Hey, actually, she just joined. So look, at this point, I would like to, Wanda, I know you just jumping up. You might not even understand where we are in the conversation, but I did just add your Dubai trip to the link. So to my link tree. So I would love for you to be able to come up and speak on it. And boom, there we have it. Hey, what's up, Ms Wanda? How you feeling?
Hey, everybody. What's going on?
We just out here parlaying. We talking about what we do in the industry, and that your partner Deezy came on stage, and he was definitely going to be sharing what you guys got going on in Dubai this year. So because you are the person that is over it, would you like to say anything about it specifically? And if you could, just for the folks who haven't met you already, could you introduce yourself and then let us know what you got going on, and then talk about why this Dubai trip means so much to you?
Hi, I'm Wanda. I run a small fleet out of Illinois. I'm a small fleet owner. I also have a truckers travel club. It's for truckers, anyone in the transportation industry. And the club is all about trying to get us to travel together. I'm a firm believer. Hold on. Let me get this Bluetooth off. All right, can you all hear me better? Hold on.
Yes, we can hear you. You sound very clear.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm a firm believer in work hard, play hard. So, that's my motto. I want to get us up to all travel together. I believe, we can all work hard, but at some point you have to give yourself a vacation. You have to decompress. You have to give yourself something to work towards, like me, myself, I vacation a lot. And when I come back to work, I work because I'm like, okay, I want to go on vacation again. So I work hard. I give myself something to work towards. So this group is all about, me bringing truckers together. And of course, we all want to travel with like-minded people. So, we all understand each other. We all out here on the road. We all in the transportation industry. We all understand each other. So why not, take the time out and, spend time with each other, get to know each other. So this is not my first trip. Of course, due to COVID, I had a cruise a couple years ago. We did do one cruise. We had another one scheduled on the Mardi Gras last year that got canceled. So this year, I put together this Dubai trip. It's October 22nd through the 29th. It's 6 nights. I have group flights out of Chicago. It's an all-inclusive resort. So all your meals at the resort, meals and drinks is covered. And that price that you see, the $16.75 per person, it covers your hotel accommodations. It covers your ground transportation. It covers your tours. It also covers a yacht party, the city tour, a couple of things, that I threw in there. So it's, all about us getting together, having fun. Next year, I will be planning a trip to Africa, so for 2023. So if you all are not in my travel group, Lada, I don't know if she's able to post that up there. It's Truckers on the Move Travel Club on Facebook. So if you all are not in that group, you might want to join that because that's where I will be posting. I also post other little trips. I am a travel agent, by the way. So I get a lot of good prices, last minute prices on little trips. Like last week, I had a trip to Cabo for 3 nights, and that was including flights, and it was only like $300 and some.
What?
Yeah. So, I get a lot of little things like that. I'm going to be, once I get time, I'm like all over the place. But once I get time, I will be throwing, little last minute trips up there because I know everybody can't always travel at the same time, but you might get 5 people that, want to go. They might see the trip and, I might get 5 or 6 people that want to go. Okay. Then, I throw the group together and, go have fun. So, like I said, Truckers on the Move Travel Club. My name is Wanda Billups Fowler on Facebook also. So you can inbox me, join the club, and, hopefully some of you all join us in Dubai this year.
Right. And look, I really respect what you just said. And I didn't know how much I respected it until recently. I want to say I went on my very first vacation in years. I'm talking about years, just last week. And it was my first time at a tropical location, first time at an all-inclusive resort. And when I say that this is the way I need to vacation, it definitely allowed me some type of recharge that I didn't even know I needed. So I wholeheartedly agree with what you're saying here. And for you guys who have never, flown out to Dubai, most of the time the flight is the most expensive thing. You know what I mean? Me being here in Atlanta, I used to get on that Delta 6, Delta 7, back and forth. And I think the rate by itself used to be closer to about $1,300. So if, what she's saying is the flight and, some other thing, accommodations where you're staying and ground transportation, that sounds solid to me. And Dubai
the flight is separate. The flight from Chicago is $715. Currently, I have a group rate, which we need 10 people out of Dallas Fort Worth, and that flight is running $800, and I think it was $80 that I posted there in a group. But so yeah, the flight is not included in that $1,675, but I do have group flights, and all of that is included in that $150 per person deposit. So when you pay that $150, you are locked in, and I will create your payment plan. And the last payment is due September 1st. Everybody has their payment plan, their monthly little payment. And I mean, what better way? Your flights, you never get payment plan on flights. If you buy something outside of a package, you're gonna pay that flight up front. But I have contracted flights, so everything is right in the payment plan.
Okay, well, that's good to know. And sorry for overspeaking. I appreciate you correcting that immediately because folks got to get the right information. So I truly appreciate that. And was there anything else that you wanted to share about this, Ms. Wanda?
No, I think that's about it.
Okay. Well, as a small carrier out of Illinois, what type of game can you drop on the folks? All right. Is there something that you've recently experienced that, maybe if you shared it with somebody that was a new carrier, somebody just starting out, it might give them a little bit of game on how to navigate that situation. And if you don't, it's cool. But, because I'm definitely putting you on the spot. But, if there's any little piece of tidbit game, it would definitely be appreciated.
All right. Well, I can tell you this. I've been in the industry for 22 years now. I know people be like, what? But yeah,
right.
22 years. I've been an owner-operator since 2005, and I've been a motor carrier since 2017. I like to say to, everybody each his own, but for me, I drive strictly Illinois to Michigan. I see a lot of guys getting in the game, and they think they have to drive all across the country to make big money, and that's not necessarily true. The more miles you put in, the lower that rate goes. So don't concentrate on that rate per mile. Think about, like me, I think about what I want my daily, what I want to make a day. So taking to consideration of fuel, at one point in time, my daily average used to be, I just say I have to make $1,600 a day. Of course, the rates, they change, they go up, they go down. So set your daily rate according to your numbers. Stop worrying about, I'm getting $3 a mile, because that $3 a mile will turn out to be, after everything, $2.05 a mile. So stop focusing on somebody told you I got to make $3 a mile. You have to worry about what your numbers are and what you're hauling and what you need to make your household rotate. So don't get out here and thinking $3 a mile or something, because really $3 a mile is not anything. If you driving it's think about what you want your numbers to be.
I think that's some great advice. Thank you so much for sharing that. Definitely, look, she has some skin in this game, being an owner operator since, 05, being in the industry 22 years. it seems like from what I know of you, Ms Wanda, you a hustler. I met you at She Trucking and you had a booth selling T-shirts. That ain't trucking.
Oh,
so,
yeah, I forgot that. I'm a hustler.
She hustle, y'all.
Oh yeah, I haven't, I really haven't been putting my website out there yet because I don't have it the way I quite want it. Like I said, I've been kind of busy, but I do print truckers apparel. Desi has a whole wardrobe, D-Wade Logistics that I printed for him. So
hey,
it's pretty dope, but I want it right before I start, really marketing it out to the people. So just look for that. I do have a website, teesforusnow.com. So, you can check it out. I got some things on there that I haven't added to like my checkout, but check it out. It'll be coming soon.
All right. Well, Ms Wanda, thank you so much for joining the stage. Desi, thank you so much for making us aware of the Dubai trip. And, we appreciate you. So if there's ever anything I can do for you, Ms Wanda, just let me know. Thank you again. And we did have one other person join us on stage. How you doing, Jibril? How you feeling today?
I'm all right. How are you, Jorie? I don't like talking.
Oh, no.
I'm a behind-the-scenes person, but you asked me to come on the stage, so I'm here.
Yeah, look, you sound crisp. You sound clear. I just want you to know that you're doing a great job. I'm feeling amazing. Miss Jibril, the behind-the-scenes queen, can you please let the folks know what you are doing in the trucking industry?
So I feel personally like I'm still a little bit new to the industry. I started my my trucking company about 2 years ago, and I mean it has been a journey for sure. And I actually I'm currently still active duty in the Marine Corps. I've always done logistics. I work on the aviation side of the military, so I've always been in the logistics field, but I never done it outside of the military from a civilian perspective. So it is very different. But I've learned so much. I've connected with some really good people. I know you were just on here talking about Tank. I've connected with him at one of the leading ladies of logistics. I've talked to Tristan, Tawana, all of those have been great mentors. And then we were just in the class with Shaquana Teasley, which that I am still overwhelmed with all the information that I've learned from that, just taking things globally. So yeah, I mean, I think that right now I'm doing well. My trucking company is doing well, but I mean, the climate of everything that's going on, inflation and prices and stuff like that, it is crazy out here as far as, just trying to maintain yourself as a business owner. And so, yeah, my company's doing well, but there are challenges, especially when you're new to the industry and still trying to, learn your way, maneuver your way around.
All right. Thank you so much for that. I truly appreciate it. I think you did an amazing job. And, the fact is, you sound like a natural. So I don't want you to be,
People say that, but I don't know. It's just, I'm used to speaking in front of people. It's just not I don't prefer it, but I do like to help people. So I guess it mitigates it, I guess, so to speak. So if I could give any advice to anybody, because I know it's a lot of people that's coming into the industry right now. I've talked to a lot of people that I know that are coming into the industry, and everybody is so in a rush to get everything done at one time, and it's costing people a lot of money. A lot of people are putting up a lot of money, and some people are losing stuff because they're trying to move so fast without having true knowledge of what's going on.
Okay, so from your perspective, somebody that has already been in the industry, still relatively new, you definitely got skin in the game with 2 years. I have people call me all the time, asking, what are the first steps to, trying to get in the industry. From where you are, what would you say is the best first step or the thing that people need to be mindful of right now?
I would say the best first step is have a mentor, somebody that has way more experience than what you have. And definitely invest in the classes, the courses, because you don't know. This is the kind of industry that you don't know what you don't know until something comes up. And so there's a lot of things that if you're new to the industry, you don't know about as far as compliance, you don't know about as far as insurance, you don't know about as far as bottom line numbers. Just you think that you can get out here and I'm gonna be a CEO and it sounds cool and all those different things, but there's so much that goes into play with it, and it's things that you wouldn't even think about. It's not things that are second nature to you. So you just need to get somebody that understands business, one, because you need to understand business. You know, completely you need to understand business, because if you don't, then it doesn't matter if you have drivers. It doesn't matter if you have money in the bank. If you don't understand the way that things operate federally or by your state, it doesn't matter how much money you're bringing in. You could be shut down just because you're not complying with the business side of things. So I think that definitely you need to have mentors in different categories. You can't just have a trucking mentor. You might need have a business mentor. You need to have somebody that is a financial mentor. I have an accountant that does. She's well versed with the trucking industry, but she's separate from it, because there's certain things that you just might miss when you're trying to do everything at one time. So you need to have people in different industries that are looking at different sections of your business to make it run successfully.
Okay. I think that is great advice, ma'am. And, very insightful. So, I appreciate you for the value that you're offering to the stage right now. You call yourself a newbie, but no, I think that right there was definitely profound. And, I appreciate you.
No problem.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So look, if you ever want to speak on the Transportation and Logistics Clubhouse again, maybe even go more in depth on your experience since you started, just feel free to, reach out to me, or you can start rooms on your own. You have that ability. Everybody that's a member of the Clubhouse can do that. You can title it in whatever you want, so that you can learn whatever you want. People that have experience in whatever you name the room, they'll naturally tend to just join you, and you can get your questions answered from there. But I did want to say thank you, Jibril.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you're speaking, if my service is down or what, but, I appreciate you. We did have another person that joined the stage. David, how you doing today, brother?
What's going on, Jorie? How's it been going?
Oh, I'm doing great. My bad. I think that might have been me. My service, I just had to get off of the internet, off the Wi-Fi. So, David, I appreciate you for joining the stage, bro. I tried to holler at you when I was in Texas over New Year's, but you know how that go. Very, very, very busy times when people are celebrating. But how you been, man? How's everything going?
Man, doing well. Just celebrating the birth of my third child. Just got here a couple weeks ago. So
hey,
I got going on in the business.
Hey,
my hands full and no sleep. So.
Oh wow, man! Congratulations, brother.
I appreciate it.
No doubt, man. So look, I'll definitely be reaching out for game when that time comes for me. But in the meantime, I do know that you're clicking, brother. I know you're hitting in transportation, and if you could just let the folks, for the folks who haven't already been introduced to you or heard you speak, can you please let the folks know what your name is, what you do, and anything about your business that you're able to share right now?
Yeah, most definitely, man. It's been a while since I actually spoke on Clubhouse, and last time I probably spoke on Clubhouse was right around the time we met up in Atlanta last year. So I ain't been so busy trying to grow the business, but basically my name's David and I'm in the transportation industry. I've been doing this for a few years now. In the past year, what I really want to focus on was getting some a lot of dedicated work for box trucks. So what we focused on was trying to get dedicated runs through different carriers, whether it being local or being regional. Started off in Dallas, and since this time last year, when I was only in Dallas, we've been able to expand into 11 different cities. So I now have trucks moving basically the Southeast, Midwest, and now on the West Coast, and I'll be touching base in California and probably Las Vegas within the next 60 days. So my schedule is going to be pretty full. So what I'm trying to focus on and what my business is actually doing right now is we're focusing on just getting all dedicated work specifically for 26-foot box trucks around the country, and we're focusing on low-touch freight and no-touch freight. So we don't want people doing any type of heavy lifting, all the furniture deliveries, the appliance deliveries that a lot of people get stuck doing. We're trying to stay away from that. So we've been searching and finding a lot of good opportunities where people can stay local or take trucks regionally across the country. And also being able to stay locally, we have a lot of trucks that my trucks and rental trucks and just other trucks that I have. I do a lot of work with Amazon as well. So I'm in Amazon in, I think, 14 different cities right now. So we're doing a lot of big things right now.
Yes, sir. It sounds like it. Thank you so much for coming up to the stage. If I did have, box trucks have been a huge part of my dispatching company over the last year, and we all know how challenging it could be in dispatching a box truck from the spot market, from the low boards. How do you feel like you've been able to leverage your position to get some of these more dedicated opportunities?
I think we've been able to be successful. I took the leap of faith, and I went out, and not only can I dispatch, but we can also broker loads as well. So we try to circumvent having that middleman in the way of tying up some stuff, and we all know how difficult going around that can be. So we just basically went out and started searching in certain cities, and we were able to be successful. And just by us being able to get successful and being able to walk into certain vendors, we've been able to just find just like low-hanging fruit of people that needed our service but didn't know they needed our service, or we found a way to just let them know we'll do it better. And being able to have access to the trucks that I have access to, and also have a small fleet of 18-wheelers that I let latch on to us, that has helped us so much. So just being able to just go after things that not everyone is looking at, because I try to typically stay away from the load boards as much as possible to secure our fleet. But hopefully by, I think we're probably I want to say about 8 months away, maybe even 6 months. We're getting really close. But potentially we're going to have our own load board specifically to deal with all the freight that we're going to be able to start moving here soon. And then our next step is actually purchase a couple warehouses, because we're in talks of purchasing some land right now and building our own warehouses. So we're going to be able to do stuff start to finish here pretty soon.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. Congratulations. That is huge. I knew that we kind of, had some very high level conversation around New Year's or, in December that, things had been picking up for you on that side. But to hear it, in its entirety, that is beautiful, brother. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a lot of hard work, and that's one of the reasons why I hadn't had time to just really be on Clubhouse like I did, because stuff just keeps presenting itself, and I'm the type of person where I feel like you got to be aggressive in the society. So if an opportunity presents itself, go after it. Don't be scared. Ask people questions, and that's just really what I did. I traveled the country. There was a portion of last year where I was probably home for about 2 weeks out of probably almost a 3-month period, because I was just basically knocking on doors trying to get my business into, get my fleet into certain areas to capture revenue. And it just so happened it worked out, and we were able to increase our revenue to the point where now we can grow exponentially. So now I've hired a full staff, we got a full team, and we're just trying to take that next step.
Yes, sir. So you said you took a leap of faith. Was that leap of faith you turning your company into adding a brokerage division? My bad.
Oh, no,
I don't know if you...
No, I put it on mute for a second. Yes and no. The leap of faith, basically, because, I was content on, making the amount of revenue that we were making, the work that we were doing, everything was coming to me. But I said, I want to expand and I want to grow. And I had to sacrifice and be away from my family for a while just to be being able to travel, I had to set aside, a lot of finances, and just for basically scraping the ends just to make stuff move because I was moving around the country pretty much every 2 or 3 days. So, that cost a lot in the beginning to get everything going, but we're reaping the rewards for it now.
Nice, man. I truly, that's great. The fact that you were able to, be successful in manifesting this right here. And I did hear you say something that was very, very eye-opening, or it piqued my interest. The fact that, it's dedicated freight, but it's either low touch or no touch. That's quintessentially what a box truck driver or organization is looking for, because we all know that they got the white glove services. You can deliver 5, 6, 7,000 beds, all this furniture, all these appliances, but that thing is going to wear you out, but you're saying that you have opportunities that is low touch, no touch. How can people get become part of that? Like, what do they need to do? Even me, because I do have box trucks that I dispatch for, and, dispatching from the low board, that's just a little bit time consuming right now. So for the folks who are listening and might listen to this in the future, how can they, get their equipment on some of the opportunities that you have?
Well, a lot of it right now, a lot of stuff is starting to really come into fruition because I had to test out a lot of lanes. So basically how we work it, and not to give away my full business model on this platform, but I like to test out a lot of stuff because we walked into some situations where, an example, I had something going from Pittsburgh to either, I think it was Knoxville or Nashville. It was Knoxville, excuse me. Pittsburgh to Knoxville. And the guy said basically we would have the freight 5 to 6 days a week, and we started doing it. But after that first week, that 5 to 6 days dropped down to one per week. And I'm like, what's going on? We can't have that, because what I'm trying to offer to the people that come onto our team is that this is going to be consistent. So I found that a lot of the stuff that we're actually looking for with the low touch and no touch is very hard to find that consistency, because a lot of the companies that move the freight don't have the amount of freight that needs to be moved, or they're just not consistent in their logistic operation because they're putting most of that stuff on 18-wheelers. And so it's been a challenge for us to actually find a lot of that freight. But now that we're actually getting into it, and we have a lot of companies that we're actually signed up with right now, and we're running loads for them right now just to test it out, make sure that it's going to be sustainable for us to offer and broker those type of loads. That has been the challenge and the hardest part of everything that we've been doing. So it's not easy. So if you think that you can just get in and do it, finding that much freight to move, not just in one place, but to move around the country, where I can move people from, let's say, Jacksonville, Florida to Chicago, or Chicago to Dallas, that's been tough.
Oh, got you. I got you. Okay. So right now, all right, let me ask this, because when you are a carrier, I would imagine that you're a carrier first, and then now you have the brokerage side of things. And I believe you said that you offer dispatching. Are you saying that, you dispatch the box trucks, from start to finish of their week? Or is it a situation where, you'll dispatch a box truck if you have those lanes that are ready right there for them to take, via your brokerage division?
Our ultimate goal is to be able to, let's say, Jorie, you have a box truck. If you want to sign up with me, my goal is to have your trucks running 24/7, multiple times. And I would only thing that should be responsible for is hiring drivers, so that way your truck can run 24/7. We want to be able to run it day and night, whether it's in Atlanta or if I'm able to take some freight out of Atlanta and move it around the country. Mm-hmm. If you have drivers that are available to do that, if I get them, let's say they do drive from, an example, from Atlanta to Chicago, and they want to stay in Chicago for 2 or 3 days, I want them to be able to get to Chicago, and I have work already set up for them for that stay for 3 days. And then we'll have freight coming back for them when they're ready to go home.
Okay. So look, man, I'm really loving this. The fact that you've been able to see this, and now you're in that testing process. You see that it's going well, and you're about to transition over to, oh yeah, this is a this is a well perfected system, and we're about to scale as much as we can scale. I'd love to hear it. If there's anything that I can do to help promote it, once you are ready, I'm more than happy to do that. And, I just want to say I appreciate you, man. My alpha brother coming up on stage, letting us know what's going on. So I truly, truly appreciate you for, breaking that silence on Clubhouse and you coming back with all these opportunities, man. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. 06, my good brother.
Yes, sir. 06 to the good bros. All right, y'all. Look, I just want to, everybody on stage is hitting. I appreciate y'all, man. There is one lady. This would be her first time on Clubhouse. I don't even know if she's gonna know what to do when I do this, because I just sent her an invite. But what I will say is the energy that this woman was bringing to the agate experience was unmatched. The fact that she was able to, be a cheerleader, be just who she was as a business owner, share what she had going on, be so encouraging. I sent her an invite to see if she can come up to the stage. And hey, what's up, Miss Tina? How you feeling?
I am wonderful. If I was any better, I'd have to change my name to Awesome.
I'm so appreciative for you joining Clubhouse, you coming up on stage tonight, ma'am. I just wanted to give you your flowers right now because the energy that you were bringing, I don't think I've ever experienced it. I didn't know somebody could be like that. So I just wanted to say thank you. I wanted you to be able to come on stage and introduce yourself to the folks of the Transportation and Logistics Clubhouse. Let them know what you got going on because you're a hustler too. So look, Miss Tina, can you please introduce yourself and let the folks know what you got going on?
All right, everybody. My name is Tina Williams, and I am in the transportation space. My husband and I own a trucking company. We also own a freight brokerage. We own a water restoration company, and that cleans up after catastrophic events, hurricanes, storms, floods. I am a licensed mold remediator. I am a licensed mold assessor. I am a licensed roofer, and I am a licensed trauma scene and crime scene cleanup. So Miss Tina is trying to create a legacy and a transportation empire to create generational wealth for our children and our children's children. And I'll take it a little step further because we only have a son and a daughter. We have no grandchildren as of yet. But I said this last night, and I'm going to say it for this audience. When we're born, we're put on this earth to serve. And if I can just help one person, somebody, then I've done what I was put on this earth to do. So my bishop said, if he dies empty, what purpose has he served? So whatever knowledge or however I can help, if I can help somebody to build a business from the ground up by learning from me and my husband, I am willing to do that because I don't want to die empty. I want to share all the knowledge that I have, the grit and the grind that we have to go through, because it's not all roses. It takes work. You got to put in the grind. I worked in corporate America for 23 years. I've been gone for corporate America for 13 years. And it wasn't until 4 years ago, February the 14th, that I realized I should have been an entrepreneur a long time ago. Because the money that I had made by grinding and hustling, I made more money in 2 months than I made any year in my 23-year career in transportation working for corporate America.
Wow.
Being an entrepreneur is the way because you have the drive, because you know what you need to do to sustain your lifestyle and to pay your bills. So if you don't go get it, it's not going to get done. So that's the Miss Tina in a nutshell. And thank you for having me, Jorie.
Oh, definitely, Miss Tina. Definitely. You know, how can we not? After we've been exposed to the industry, the energy, I got to be around that a little bit more. And before you try to skate off the stage, I wanted to ask you about some of those endeavors. You know, because some of those are very specific, like the cleanup after the water. You know, any type of disaster. Like I think there was even like a conference recently down in Miami about natural disasters. Were you a part of that bad boy? You know, where it was basically like FEMA and all these other organizations that, you know, you would kind of sign up with and make yourself known to if there were some disasters that go on with flooding or fires or any of that kind of stuff. Like, have you partaken in that kind of stuff just yet?
I have. I've participated in the hurricane conferences that they have here in Florida. But let me tell you something about working for FEMA.
Uh-huh.
FEMA limits what you can do.
Okay.
They pay for certain equipment. For instance, if there's mold in a home, you have to put an air scrubber in from the air to take the particulates out of the air so that the homeowner can continue to live in the house and not be contaminated with the mold.
Mm-hmm.
FEMA doesn't want you to put those in, and they're not going to pay you for it. So what we've done, we always try to do something to separate ourselves from the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Our motto is, our number one goal is to help you restore your world. Our main focus is our client. So whatever we need to do to make sure our client is whole, that is what we do. We do not participate in insurance programs because they have the managed care programs where they have their own vendors that go out and do work for the insurance company, and it keeps constant work coming in. But they want you in, they want you out. They want you in, they want you out. And you can't do a job proper doing that. And Miss Tina and Mr. Williams' motto is, if we can't do it right, we're not doing it at all. And so you can look up our website. It's www.professionalwaterrestorationservices.services. And we have all 5-star Google ratings because we take care of our clients. You matter, not the money. Even though we got in business for the money, but we like helping people. And so that's why we chose that industry. And we chose it because I was injured. That's why I had to retire from corporate America. So we put our minds together and we had to make a plan to work smarter and not harder. We built this business on a disability check.
Wow.
Yes, sir. And we have been very successful.
Okay. And all right. So that's one of the businesses. You also say you're building a trucking empire. What type of equipment you guys moving these days?
We're moving reefer and dry van loads right now. Because the industry is so the shortage of trucks. We don't have anything but the reefer and the dry van at this present moment. Eventually, when I get the freight brokerage to where I want it to be, we're going to be moving all types of freight, heavy loads, oversized loads, flat beds, step decks, all of that. But right now, we're just moving reefer freight and dry van. Okay.
No, that's great. I mean, I dispatch reefers, box trucks, and, I just know that that's a very, great industry to be in. So the fact that you were in both dry van and reefer, I think you're probably doing amazing. So if there's anything I can do to help with that, I'm more than happy. But was there any other thing that I missed? I know it was something else. What else? It was something else that you were just saying, right?
The trauma scene, crime scene, or
well, with roofing, that's very specific too. And the funny thing is, I was in roofing for 1 second. Like, I don't know if you guys ever been to Indianapolis, but right beside Lucas Oil Stadium, which is where the Colts play. I think that was where the national championship game for football was too. I actually was on that roofing project for the regional USPS facility. It's right across the street, so that's a beautiful facility. Lucas Oil, that is. But no, that's very random. But how long have you been in roofing?
I've been doing it since 2016, but in the state of Florida, you have to go through hoops to get licensed. And so I took my roofing test in Florida in 2019, passed that, and I was working so that I could have all the requirements that they needed for licensing. And I just got my license February 2nd, 2021.
Okay, all right. So, you ain't new to it. You had to jump through a lot of things to get that. Okay. And how'd you get to the crime scene? I'm sorry, that was the most random of all of them. How were you able to stumble upon that one?
I've always wanted to do that. Even when I was working for the railroad, I wanted to do crime scene CSI. I tried to fit it into my schedule, but I worked 12-hour days, and they wanted me to come aboard the team, but the drive to get from work and go there did not work. And so I've always wanted to do that. I've always been interested. And so that falls on the umbrella of water restoration.
Okay.
And so that's just a different arm of that, as well as the roofing. Because when we go in and we remediate a home, whether it be a flood or whether it be mold, we tear the house down. We can build the house back up. And that's the goal, is to go in and be able to service the customer with one-stop shopping.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. That makes perfect sense. It truly does. And to be honest, Miss Tina, I just turned off hand raising, and it's because, I feel like the services that you're providing, the energy that you're bringing, the clear, concise message of, not necessarily that everybody has to be an entrepreneur, but just the differences that it can do for your life. And, going from corporate America and expending all your time and energy and probably motivation fulfilling somebody else's dream when, you might be able to be doing those things for yourself to build that legacy. I think that's the message that allowed me to even start this club, the Transportation and Logistics Clubhouse. So, that's the very essence of what I've been going through. And, I just wanted to say I appreciate you for sharing that message, for being willing to help people. And, again, I'm here anytime you need me. I'm going to message you my number, so hopefully we can have a conversation. So, I can learn a little bit more, maybe implement some of the tricks that you already, started doing in your operation. But I did want to just say thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you. You can message me and we can talk anytime, Jorie. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Well, all right, y'all. We've been on for about an hour, and, we are about to wrap up the room. Is there any closing remarks from anybody? Ms. Tina, did you have any closing remarks?
I always have something to say. So I don't know why you ask that.
Well, I'm like I said, I love learning from those who have done it. So if you want to impart some wisdom on me as we're heading out, I'm more than willing to listen. So thank you.
All I want to say is, if you have an idea and you have a drive and you have a dream or a goal that you want to reach, follow your spirit. Do what you want to do. God has given each and every one of you permission to go into the next level of your destiny. Obey your spirit, because everybody's steps is ordered and ordained by the Lord. And if you follow and you be obedient, I guarantee you will be successful. And last night when we graduated and I introduced myself, I had one more thing to say. And I'm going to tell you the same thing and you can use it. I said, for all the doors that were closed on me, I am putting them on notice because I'm coming back to buy the building. Tina is out. That was my drop the mic moment, Jorie. Did you hear me, Jorie?
I think Jorie dropped off or had a call or something, but sure he'll be back.
So you were able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I
We
did.
heard you drop the mic, ma'am.
Okay, I just want everybody to know because I believe in each and every one of you, and I know that you can be successful. And I'm here to help or serve, support, do whatever I can do to help each and every one of you because that's just generally what's in my heart.
Cool. I know Jorie's having some technical difficulties, so I'm going to help him a little bit. Being he my little brother, I don't think he'll mind. David, you got some parting shots you want to go with?
Oh, sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, Desi, I appreciate that, brother. And Miss Tina, I was there. Not sure what just kind of happened. I think my microphone went out for a bit, but I did want to say thank you so much, Miss Tina. That was very, very, very impactful, and I appreciate you sharing. Thank you, Desi, for stepping in. David, I'm not sure if you're there, brother, but if you were, did you have any closing remarks?
Only thing I got to say, man, if you got a vision, just don't be afraid to go out and do it. You know, I like to credit, Jorie and both Desi. We met in Atlanta about this time last year. And as we were bouncing ideas off of each other, I said I knew what I want to do. I just didn't know how to do it. But when I got home, I just said, let me just come up with a plan and let me go after it. And from where I was this time last year to where I'm at now is night and day. So just don't be afraid to just get a plan together and just go out and do it because there's nothing stopping you from doing in this transportation industry.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for those words. We appreciate it, and I agree with them wholeheartedly. Ms Wanda, you have anything that you wanted to say as a closing remark?
No, I was kind of busy, but I just like to say, Tina, you're an inspiration. Thank you for letting me know now that I'm not doing too much and that I can accomplish all these things that I'm trying to do. So if you have something you want to do, put your mind to it and go for it.
Thank you, Miss Wanda. Jorie, I got one more thing to say.
Oh, go ahead, Ms Wanda.
Because I got David brought it to my mind. Number one, invest in yourself to be the best of yourself. And make sure that you're in the correct space with like-minded people because your network will increase your net worth. And that's what I needed to say. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And agree 100% on that as well. All right, brother. Desi, the guy that's been on the Transportation and Logistics Clubhouse before anybody else, y'all. This man was teaching the folks way back, maybe December 2020 on the daily about the trucking industry. Brother, did you have any closing remarks?
Man, it's just great to see how things are panning out and manifesting. Good catching up with David. Like he said, you, he, and I all met in Atlanta, about like he said this time last year. And great to see him making things happen. Great to be on the stage with a lot of people taking actions. It's all about the actions, man. You can listen to it, but you got to be a doer of the things that, making your dreams come true because it ain't going to just magically happen. You got to put the work in, but, what you water will grow. And now I'll land the mic with that.
All right, bet. So again, I appreciate everybody for coming on stage, sharing what you had going on. Just I did want to run through these lanes real quick, just because they've been offered to me. So if they can help anybody out, just let me know. So these are LTL lanes for reefer box trucks. They're available probably starting next week. So if you have the equipment type in these places, just holla at me. So University Park, Illinois, there is a lane that's going to be running 5 times a week. It's going to be about anywhere between 2 pallets to about 5 pallets in order, going to DePlain, Illinois. So if you have a reefer box truck that needs that lane, holla at me. There's also
Yo. I'm sorry. Hey, can that fit on a passenger? What do you call it? A van? 2 pallets? Or do you know ahead of time?
So the thing is, it is looking like it's going to be more of a 2 pallet versus a 5 pallet situation. It is a refrigerated load, and I do know people have refrigerated vans, so I'm more than happy with following up, if that's the case. But yeah, that's the situation.
All right, sorry to cut you off. I just had to get that thought out.
Oh no worries. It's all good. So also out of that same pickup location is going directly to Indianapolis. That one's going to be 4 times a week. Also out of that University, Illinois, is a direct lane going straight to Cincinnati. And lastly, out of that same location is going to Chariton, Iowa. That one's going to be, so the Cincinnati one is going to be 4 times a week, and the Iowa is 2 times a week. And there's another situation picking up out of Atlanta. I think I might got this one covered already. But if you have a reefer box truck, holla at me. It's going to be about 5 pallets each and every one of the shipments going from Atlanta to Asheville, North Carolina. So that is an opportunity for anybody thinking. And if you have a reefer, if you're a power only carrier, let me see. Somebody just texted me something, and this is a brokerage that I use. I'm talking about at least 10 times a week. So the destination is Winchester, Virginia, but these are power onlys. They're going to be, what do they say? It's going to be between, let me look at this message. It's going to be very consistent freight going to Winchester, Virginia. The pickup locations are going to be Adairsville, Georgia, Pittston, PA, Rockford, Illinois, Plainfield, Connecticut, North Vernon, Indiana, Findlay, Ohio, Charleston, South Carolina, Somerville, South Carolina, Forest Park, Georgia, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. All of those places are going to be power only lanes going to Winchester, Virginia. And Paris, California, going to Fernley, Nevada. So those are going to be probably like very, very, very consistent opportunities. If you know carriers, or if you're a carrier that could benefit from that, holla at me. I'm more than happy with following up on that as well. So yeah, that's what this is what the Clubhouse is for, being able to learn from people as well as be able to get opportunities that you wouldn't know about unless you had that relationship. So just feel free to shoot me a message. Send me an email, actually, because sending a message in Clubhouse, sometimes it gets delayed. So my email is definitely in my profile. But yeah, on that note, I just want to say I truly appreciate these sessions. Folks being able to come through and share their game, share their knowledge, their testimonies, let folks know what they got going on, because, believe it or not, you'll get a lot farther if you're able to be vulnerable and tell people where your shortcomings are, so that they can know exactly where to pick up and help you. And I'm one of those people that, it was cool trying to, just do everything myself, but why not leverage somebody else's knowledge so that I can get to the next level? I mean, that's the whole point, is to level up. So, I had to, even realize that myself. So I did want to just say, I wanted to retweet a lot of things that Miss Tina said, Ms Wanda said, what Desi said, what my brother David said. Look, you just gotta believe in yourself, invest in yourself, and just put those thoughts into actions. And I'm talking to myself too. So next week, I hope to see you here at the same place. We're gonna have Sheree of She Trucking. We all know that she is a very, very, very pivotal member of the transportation community. She does way more than I can ever imagine. I can ever list. So I'm glad to have her on stage to interview her so that you guys can learn all the things that she has going on, from, sitting down with the Department of Labor, being, in the White House, being on CNN, all these shows. So very excited to be able to talk about what she has going on, and that school that she has. Is very, very important that people learn the opportunities that are out there, and she's going to be a great person to share. Also, you might be here a little bit early. You might be back on the Transportation and Logistics Clubhouse a little bit earlier because, on Mondays we partner with Freightwaves. We bring on their sonar team to talk about the hot lanes, the hot not lanes. I guess I'll be seeing the majority of you guys on Monday at 7:30 a.m. So, without further ado, y'all just have a blessed one. Thank you again for joining us, and I'll talk to y'all next week. Peace now.